viewers, welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. We start with this report claiming that manager Javi plans on taking six Barca youth stars on the US pre-season tour. We are going to be discussing who those six Barca youth stars are as we progress. Then, secondly, talking about Tottenham striker Harry Kane, as it has been reported that Barca would be interested in signing the prolific striker for free in 2024. We are also going to be discussing on that. So guys, as we get right into the stories in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Barcelona will be flying off to the United States of America on Wednesday for their pre-season tour. The La Liga champions will face off against four top teams in the form of Juventus, Arsenal, Real Madrid, and AC Milan as preparations for the 2023-24 season. It will be a good test for Xavi Hernandez and co, as the manager will get a chance to take a closer look at his new signings in match situations, as well as try out some of the talented youngsters on the big stage. As such, Sport is reporting that Xavi is planning on taking as many as six Barcelona youth players on the pre-season tour of the United States. Last summer, Marc Casado had made it to the preseason squad for the trip, and the young defensive midfielder will once again be on the flight to North American nation. Along with the 19-year-old, Xavi also plans on taking along another talented young midfielder in Alex Garcia, who made his first team debut for the Catalans towards the end of last season. 16-year-old wonderkid Lamine Yamal, who is set to sign a new contract imminently, will also be on the plane to the US tomorrow. With Arnold Tenor's contract expiring, the 22-year-old is not part of the preseason as the club continued to negotiate a new deal. As such, Ander Astralaga is set to fly with the senior team as the third goalkeeper. 19-year-old left back Alex Valle is also expected to be on Xavi's list, along with new signing Mikhail Faye, who is said to be making big impression on Xavi. Last year's preseason turned out to be a major turning point of Alejandro Balde, as his career at Barcelona took off after he impressed in the US, and the six youth players set to travel with the seniors will be hoping that they have a similar breakthrough over the next few weeks. Of course, pre-seasons are always very, very important because there are a lot of players from young age who have made their mark from pre-seasons like this. When they go out there, they impress the managers, and of course, they just like a joke, they just take over, and their careers just take a skyrocket. I've seen that especially in the history of Barca, there have been a lot of young players who are making use of this preseason and becoming superstars in the future. And I think that Xavi taking at least six of them makes sense. It makes sense because you might never know who will come out there in the States of America, United States in that preseason and impress the manager. And I think that definitely there should be always space for a new player each and every season to impress. Last season we saw the rise of players like Alejandro Balde, and I think and season before last we saw Gavi and Nico coming from the ranks as well when Koeman was still in charge. I think this is a trend that Barca have been doing like a tradition every season, bringing some young players, take them for pre-season. The manager can start evaluating them from there and see actually if they can be top players who can help the team in the actual season that follows. So of course, I think these six players, hopefully they go out there when Barca will be in the United States to impress the manager, to impress the coaching staff, which because normally all of them they'll be fighting for a place to change their careers. Earlier this week we heard about this other new signing, Mikhail Faye, have been doing wonders in training. He has been really impressing Coach Xavi Hernandez has been very proud about the way he has been playing in training. Of course, we're not saying training is not training like that. Can yes, training and the actual performance on the pitch is quite different. But when a manager sees something in training, it helps him to assess some of the strengths and weaknesses of certain players. And of course, Mikael Faye, who came also this summer and will be playing for the Barca Athletic side, who joined training last week, was doing a good job with the first team training. So let's see how the US tour will look like. Then secondly, in this episode, despite the economic constraints, Barcelona have done a relatively decent job in the summer transfer window so far, bringing the in-season stars such as Ilkay Gundogan and Inigo Martinez, while also securing Vitor Roque's services. Even Oriol Romeo looks set to return to Camp Nou this week. However, with Barca not finding much success when it comes to offloading unwanted stars, the club's activity during the remainder of the transfer window could be muted. That is why Barca are planning ahead, with a recent report from The Athletic claiming that the Catalans are among the clubs interested in signing Harry Kane on a free transfer in 2024. Regarded as one of the best Premier League strikers in the 21st century, Harry Kane has been heavily linked with a move away from Tottenham this summer, with his current deal in North London expiring end of the season. Kane has been linked with moves to Real Madrid and Bayern, but both clubs have been put off by Spurs' hefty demands, although the Bavarians are still harboring hopes to sign the Englishman this summer. There is a chance he could see out his contract at Spurs and leave for free next year. In doing so, Kane will be free to choose his next destination. That is where Barca come into the fray. The Blaugrana are interested in signing the England captain on free. However, it remains unclear how Barca plan to accommodate Kane into the same as Lewandowski and Roche, who will be arriving at the club next year. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.